Disney World is expensive. From your hotel costs to massive restaurant receipts, you will spend a lot of dough in Disney World. But these tips from the real experts might help you save a little too. Hi everyone, Margot Jordan here, and today we are talking about the easiest ways to save money at Disney World according to you, our viewers. We polled our followers on Facebook to see what you guys think are the best and easiest ways to save some cash on your Disney World vacation. Let's see what you had to say.
Maria M says, stay off-site somewhere with a kitchen. Get groceries to have breakfast in room, pack lunches to park some days, and have easy dinners in room some days. My family had the best night doing this 2 nights ago with a $12 chicken taco kit, watching The Price is Right in our room. A memory I will never forget, and on the cheap even.
All right, Maria, kicking things off with a hot topic. This came up in a lot of our tips on our website and on our social media. You can get some great deals on a rental home or an off-property resort with multiple bedrooms and full kitchens. Rebecca K said empathetically, stay in a vacation home. It's a fraction of the price, plus you have a kitchen to make a big breakfast, so you can just snack for lunch and splurge on table meals at dinner. We also plan a game night where we order pizza and play games and swim at the house. Ooh, that sounds fun.
I don't know if this is the same thing, but I moved full-time to an apartment close to Disney World, and I cannot recommend it enough. I love it, and now that I'm a little bit comfortable and familiar with Orlando outside of the Disney bubble, I would absolutely recommend staying in a vacation rental off property with your family if you're looking to save some money. It still feels like Disney to me every day, even though I don't live on property. So you'll still get that awesome Disney vibe, even if you're not staying on property.
As Rich B suggests, stay off-site at an Airbnb. The value resorts are not much of a value if you consider you can get a condo with 3 bedrooms and full kitchen, car rental, and pay for parking for less. Not only will you get some more space in an Airbnb or condo, you'll have that full kitchen so you can cook your own food and save some money that way.
If you're staying off property, you might not even need to rent a car. In fact, with all the different ride-sharing apps, it's maybe a $10 ride to property. So that's always an option. But I would recommend that you do take a look at the map and figure out how long those rides are going to be, because Disney property is extremely large, so it might be more expensive for the longer rides.
If you're planning on going to Universal during your stay, you may actually want to book a Universal resort for a night or two as opposed to going back and forth. Universal resorts tend to be less expensive to begin with, and at certain ones you get free express pass, which lets you get on most of the rides with little to no waiting, and it's normally over $100 a person.
Oh, that is such a great idea, Molly. So how do you decide whether you should stay at Disney World or stay near Disney World?
Actually, there's a great article on AllEars.net that looks at the on or off property debate from both sides. We can set you up with the information, but ultimately it's up to your family to weigh the pros and cons and decide what's important to you at a Disney World vacation.
Thanks, Melissa. We will link that in the description below this video. So let's say you and your family have decided it just isn't a Disney World vacation if you aren't staying on property. Do we have any tips for saving money on property?
Sandy Albrecht said, our big money saving tip is to stay to Disney Value Resort the first night of our stay when we get in late. Then the next morning we take a taxi to our deluxe resort, stopping at the Hess gas station to pick up bottled water.
You could probably even save more money by staying off property at a chain hotel that first night and then moving on property once your vacation really kicks off.
That's true, Quincy, you could, but I have actually split my vacation between 2 Disney resorts on property. And another really cool tip, if you decide to do that, is that they will actually move your luggage from one resort to another, even while you're enjoying a day at the parks. So you can leave your hotel, go to a park, and then return to your new hotel that evening, and your luggage will be magically transported to your new room.
Aw, that does sound sound magical. So we can save money by splitting our time between hotels, which may help us afford at least one night at our ultimate dream resort. But how about staying on property and not moving hotels? Any tips on that?
My family tends to get the best of both worlds by staying on site somewhere with a kitchen. And that sounds expensive, but there's actually a way that you can save a lot on one or more bedroom suites by renting Disney Vacation Club points. So basically, if a DVC timeshare owner is unable to use their allotted points before they expire, they can opt to rent them out, and that way people can buy them, and it makes it so that nobody loses any money. Win-win situation for everybody. There are companies that help do this, such as Disney's Vacation Club Rentals, and they can act sort of as a liaison between the people who are looking to rent out their points and the people who want to rent DVC points. So you can connect with one of these companies and they'll figure out what sort of availability they have based on who's renting their points when.
Renting points to stay at a Disney Vacation Club resort can actually save you some big bucks, and I cannot lie. We have a whole video about renting Disney Vacation Club points, so click right here and watch that next.
Far and away the easiest way to save money is by going to the Disney website. You can always call 407-WDisney and talk to a cast member too if looking online gets you overwhelmed, but Disney's discounts are usually the best way to save money. And don't forget, we keep a running list on AllEars.net of all of the ongoing discounts because we're awesome like that.
What a lot of people don't know about DVC resorts is that most of them actually have full kitchens. So if that's the case, you can save a lot of money by cooking your meals in your rooms, which is nice.
When looking at the different deals on the Disney website, keep in mind that you'll often see options of deals to choose from, like a room discount being offered at the same time as a package that comes with tickets and a free dining reservation. You'll want to do the math on your family's party size, length of stay, how much you're going to eat to see if that package deal could save you more money than the room discount. Oftentimes the room discount ends up being the better deal, even though it seems like less is being offered.
Okay, so far we talked about staying off property, we talked about splitting our trip between two hotels on property, we talked about renting Disney Vacation Club points at a discount, and we talked about official Disney discounts and offers. Thinking about all these tips has really worked up my appetite. Do we have any tips about food and snacks?
Jim H says, bring your own food and snacks. Always provide your own breakfast, whether on or off site. Also, every Disney resort has a microwave in their food court if you bring your own breakfast sandwiches. We also would bring lunch fixins and snacks to take into the park for the early day. We always drove so we could load up with our food prior to arriving or hit the store upon arrival.
A lot of the gift shops in Disney World Resort hotels also offer grab-and-go breakfast options that can be a lot cheaper. And yes, the Cliff Bar is going to be more expensive than it would be at your local grocery store, but it will tide you over for a lot cheaper than a quick service or table service meal would be.
My biggest tip when it comes to snacks is not to spend Disney dollars on things you can get anywhere, like their goldfish style crackers or Doritos or Lay's or those little bags of pretzels. You're gonna pay top dollar for them because you're at Disney World when you can bring all that stuff in. I definitely recommend bringing in little things for your kids so that every time they say they want a snack, you're not having to buy them something. And when you do want to buy a snack, it can be something special to Walt Disney World. It could be a Dole Whip or a Mickey bar or something you're not gonna get anywhere else.
That is a good point, Molly, and I should be bringing my own snacks into the parks. Now, usually what I'll do if I'm on a budget is I'll eat a big meal in the morning before I leave, and then I will try to hold off on having another meal until after I leave that night. And if I get really hungry, I'll stop and get a little snack. But maybe my resolution for 2021 should be packing my own snacks and not paying too much for the cute little bags of Chip 'n Dale pretzels, even though those do make me happy, so maybe I'll keep doing it.
Okay, I gotta say, I love Molly's point that if you do spend money on a snack in Disney World, make it special. All right, so we're saving some cash on our accommodations and we brought our own snacks to save some more moolah. With all of that extra money in my wallet, I am ready to go shopping. But can we find some deals on souvenirs too?
Angela Manzi says, to save on impulse souvenir purchases, shop online and at your local Disney store ahead of time. I pack a new Mickey item for each child in our luggage, and they'll wake up to a gift left by Tinkerbell, Mickey Mouse, etc. Throw on some glitter and they'll definitely believe the fairies were there. Trading pin sets can also be purchased this way and save you a ton of money.
If you're buying from Shop Disney in advance, you also have the added benefit of free shipping and discounts, yes, but some items are actually cheaper online than they are in stores. Face masks, for instance, are a lot more expensive if you buy them in Disney World than if you buy a 4-pack in advance from Shop Disney.
I've saved lots of money on Shop Disney when they have sales and promo codes. It's the same stuff that you can buy in the parks, but I get it at a much lower rate, which is very good for me because, as you may have noticed, I have a shopping problem.
Shop Disney carries a whole bunch of merch that you'll find in the parks. And yeah, they're always running deals, and sometimes you can even snag free shipping. You can also check Shop Disney while you're on vacation. They may have that t-shirt you were eyeing in Magic Kingdom, and you can get it sent straight to your home instead of packing it in your luggage. But if you like being prepared with presents for the kids before your trip, JCG suggests if you have kids, buy up Disney-themed snacks and Disney souvenirs from Walmart, dollar stores, etc., and take them with you. When they ask for things, take them out of your bag. This way, they still get the Disney magic without breaking the bank.
I don't have kids, but I love Disney magic, so maybe I'll buy myself some Disney-themed snacks before heading to the park so that when I get there, I can treat myself to some money-saving magic.
That sounds like a great idea, Melissa. We all deserve a little Disney magic at a price we can afford. Wow, we have saved a lot of money so far. It seems like we've covered pretty much everything by now. Anything we missed?
Pamela A. says, in all seriousness, keep in mind that time is money at Disney. Even though Disney transportation is pretty good, I nearly always rent a car. Staying on site sometimes costs a little bit more, but extra magic hours usually make it worthwhile, for me at least. But keep your party in mind when deciding if this will be a factor. I have a pretty high energy level and can do 7 a.m. to midnight several days in a row.
Now that's true that time is money, but money is also money, and parking at Disney World can be expensive nowadays. I mean, you're looking at $15 a night at a value resort, $20 a night at a moderate resort, and $25 a night at a deluxe or deluxe villas resort. On top of that, you then have to pay $25 to park each day at the theme parks. So you're paying $100+ for your trip on parking alone. And when you start to fork up that cash, Disney transportation can start to look really nice.
I definitely agree that time is money at some point, and while Disney transportation is free and fabulous and there's nothing like riding the monorail or the Skyliner, there are some times when spending the $10 or less on an Uber or a Lyft just makes more sense. Maybe you've got an early breakfast reservation at another resort, maybe you are running late, maybe you want to get there at rope drop and you're staying at a resort that's got a long bus route. Sometimes just spending the $10 on an Uber is money well spent.
You're shelling out a ton of money to be at Disney World. You probably don't want to spend upwards of an hour and a half waiting for and on Disney buses. We love taking advantage of free stuff whenever we can, but there are some times when spending a little bit of cash might mean that you have more time for way more fun stuff. And in Disney World, that's pretty priceless. Well, that does it for our tips today, but before we let you go, are you a Disney Parks expert? Are you the one in your family or friends group who everyone goes to for the inside scoop on everything Disney vacations? Well, if so, we need you. Head on over to AllEars.net and click on the link that says tips. There you'll find categories on pretty much anything you can think of. Whether you leave a tip or pick up a few new ones, you'll definitely want to check it out. And be sure to follow us on social media, AllEars.net on all platforms. We source a lot of these tips on there as well, so there is always something to learn, and we want to hear from you too. Did your favorite money-saving tip end up on the list, or did we miss your favorite hack? Tell us in the comments below. I'm Margot Jordan, and I will see you next time. Bye!